Today, I'll show you how to create an album on your iPhone. If you have too many photos and find it hard to organize them, this video is for you.
Let's be honest. If you've got an iPhone, your camera roll is probably a bit of a mess. I mean, mine was. We're talking thousands of photos, right? Well, today, we're going to fix that. We're going to take that chaos and turn it into a beautiful, curated collection you'll actually want to look through. You know the feeling, right? You're trying to find that one great photo from vacation 2 years ago, and you're just scrolling and scrolling past blurry shots, screenshots of things you don't even remember, and like 50 pictures of your dog in the same spot. It's a lot. But what if I told you the solution is already on your phone, just waiting for you? So that's our mission for this explainer. We're going to give you the power to take back control. We're going to turn that digital junk drawer into a gallery of your life's best moments. And trust me, it's going to feel so good to actually enjoy your photos again instead of feeling stressed out by them. So where do we even begin with all this? It's simple. We start with the most powerful tool you have in the Photos app, the album. Seriously, this is your first big step to bringing order to all that chaos, and it's way, way easier than you think. Okay, here's the absolute key thing you have to get about albums. An album doesn't actually copy your photos. Think of it more like a playlist for your pictures. You're just creating a shortcut to the original photo that's already in your library. And why is this so amazing? Because it means you can create 100 albums if you want, and it won't take up a single extra bit of storage on your phone. It's all virtual. All right, let's walk through making one right now. It's super straightforward, just a few taps. You hit the Albums tab, tap that little plus sign, and pick New Album. Now, the most important part is giving it a good name. Don't just call it Vacation. Call it something like Hawaii Trip 2024. Be specific. Then you just tap, tap, tap on the photos you want to add, hit Done, and that's it. And boom, just like that, you've done it. You've curated your very first collection. Pretty satisfying, right? But hey, we're just getting warmed up. Let's take this to the next level and build a real system. Okay, so you've made an album. Awesome. Now let's really master this thing. We're going to cover 3 simple tricks that will totally change the game. Renaming your albums for clarity, reordering them so your favorites are always on top, and my personal favorite, using folders to group everything together. Yep, these 3 moves, renaming, reordering, and using folders, are basically your toolkit for a library that actually makes sense. So let's start with giving those albums better names. You know that album you made called Weekend? A year from now, that's not going to mean much. So let's make it more specific. It's super easy. Just open the album, tap the little 3 dots icon, and hit Rename Album. It's a tiny change that makes a massive difference when you're looking for something later. By default, your phone probably sorts your albums by how new they are, which isn't always helpful, but you can take control. You can set it to a custom order and then literally just drag and drop your most important albums right to the top. I always keep my main family and work albums at the top so I can get to them in a second. And now for the secret weapon of photo organization, folders. Look, if albums are your files, then folders are your filing cabinet. You can make a vacations folder and then put your albums for Italy, Mexico, and Japan all inside it, or a projects folder for work. This is how you go from a long, messy list to a super clean, tidy library. Making a folder is pretty much the same as making an album. You tap the plus sign, but this time you just choose New Folder. Give it a name, and then you can start dragging your albums right into it. This is really the final piece of the puzzle to transforming that chaos into pure organized bliss. So why are we doing all this work? What's the point of all this organizing? It's simple. The whole joy of taking photos is being able to share them. And when your library is organized, finding and sharing those moments becomes incredibly easy and fun. And that really is what it's all about, isn't it? This isn't just about being tidy. It's about being able to instantly pull up that album from your cousin's wedding and text it to the whole family so everyone can relive it together. That's the payoff. This is where you see the magic happen. Instead of spending 10 minutes scrolling and trying to select 30 different photos, you can share an entire curated story in seconds. You just open the album, tap those 3 little dots, hit share photos, and send the whole collection to whoever you want. It's honestly a game changer. Okay, before we finish up, I have to tell you one absolutely critical thing. And I mean, you really need to pay attention to this part because it could save you from accidentally deleting your precious memories forever. It all comes down to what happens when you hit delete. All right, listen very carefully because this is super important. If you delete an entire album, you're fine. All you're doing is deleting the virtual folder, that playlist. Your actual photos are totally safe in your main library. But, and this is a big but, if you are inside an album, you select a few photos and you hit delete, you are deleting them from the album and from your main library forever. It's a huge difference. So here's the easiest way to remember this. Albums are just labels. They're like little sticky notes you put on your photos. Deleting an album is just peeling off the sticky note. But deleting a photo from an album is like crumpling up the photo and the sticky note and throwing them both in the trash. The library is where your photos actually live. Albums are just how you sort them. So there you have it. You now know everything you need to go from photo chaos to a curated collection you can be proud of. You have the tools to turn that stress into joy. So the only question left is, what's the first story you're going to tell? What will your first album be?
When you open photos on your iPhone, you often see so many pictures that it's hard to find what you're looking for. That's when the album feature comes in handy. Now, let's see how to organize albums on your iPhone. First, open the Photos app on your iPhone. Next, tap Albums and select Create. Tap New Album and give your album a name. Add photos, choose a key photo to represent the album, and finally, tap Done. First, open the Photos app on your iPhone. Tap this flower-shaped icon. After opening the Photos app, scroll down to find Albums. Once you reach the Albums section, move on to the next step. Tap Albums, then tap Create in the upper right corner. Tap New Album, name your album, and choose the photos you'd like to add. Select the photos you want to add to the album, then tap Add. Finally, tap Create in the upper right corner, and your new album is ready. You can change the name of the album later if you want. First, open the Photos app, tap Albums, and select the album you want to rename. From the menu in the top right corner, choose Edit, enter a new name, and tap Done. Tap the three-dot icon in the top right of the album and select Edit. Enter a new name, then tap Done to finish. You can rearrange your albums in any order you like. First, open the Photos app. Tap Albums, then tap the menu icon in the top right and choose a sort option. If you select Custom Order, you can drag the albums to arrange them however you like. You can drag the albums like this to arrange them in any order you like. You can share all the photos in an album at once. First, open the Photos app. Next, tap the album you want to share. From the menu in the top right, select Share and send the photos using AirDrop, Messages, Mail, or other options. When you want to share an album or a photo, tap the Share icon in the bottom left corner. Select the app you want to send it with. Here, tap Line to easily share your photos. When you have many albums, you can create folders to organize them. First, open the Photos app. Tap Albums, select Create, and then choose New Folder. Name the folder, And finally, tap the plus icon to finish. When you want to create a new folder, start by selecting New Folder. Here, we'll name it Travel. Next, tap Add Albums and choose the albums you want to organize. With today's method, you can organize your photos and videos more easily. Give it a try. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.